Hello, everybody. Joan Nielsen here. Whoa, it feels really good to be out in the sunshine. It's a little later today than I normally take my time for myself, but I decided I was going to do things a little different just because I can and because it's so much fun to change things up. So, I decided to do my exercise a little later in the day, and the sun is out, it's gorgeous, all the creatures are out, and just a fun time to spend time with myself. Yesterday was my parents' 51st anniversary, and I thought today would be an awesome time to talk about love. Love is so amazing, first of all, let me tell you. We get so caught up in it, though. We think a relationship is going to solve all our problems. We think that, that hole inside of us, that relationship will fill. We get so lonely and we get so caught up with, if I only had that one. And then we get into relationships and then all we do is complain about them. They didn't do the dishes. They didn't take the garbage out when you asked. They didn't do what they were supposed to do. And then sometimes kids come along sooner than expected, and then we're caught in between kids. And how do we survive a relationship that's not making us happy and kids? And I want to tell you that the best way to do it is probably a way you're not going to want to hear, because so many people think they are already doing this, and yet they aren't. So, love yourself. If you love yourself, if you take responsibility for yourself, if you appreciate yourself, that's what's going to come back to you. All of that, all of it's going to come back. If they don't do the dishes, it's not going to bother you as much, because you're already filling that hole that you think is needing to be filled. You're already realizing that you are amazing. And so many people put so much thought process in being in a relationship. They just want to belong somewhere. They just want somebody. So they take anybody, and they don't line themselves up with it first. They don't love themselves. They don't appreciate themselves. They don't respect themselves. And they don't take responsibility for themselves. So they get stuck in this whole process of, what is love anyways? And they get stuck there, thinking that they either have to stay or they have to go. And sometimes sometimes the other person is very angry and upset, and they don't like themselves, because that's exactly what we just attracted, because we didn't like ourselves. So they're not happy with their life. We're not happy with our life. And together we are co-living in this environment that is no longer a happy, in-love situation. Because when we start, man, we are true beings. When we fall in love and we can't see anything wrong with that person, wow, they are amazing, aren't they? Aren't they just amazing? And we see everything that is truly us. All the love they have for us is the love that we have for us. All the love that we have for them is the love that they have for them. But slowly insecurities come back, and slowly it becomes a relationship that we're all too familiar with. And how do we get the relationship we really, 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 really want? And my friends, it starts with you. Yes, I know. Personal responsibility starts with you. Love starts with you. You want an amazing relationship, not just with your spouse or partner, but with your children, Start loving yourself. You don't ever have to condemn the other person. If they're angry and miserable, you can walk away. If they're not wanting to help themselves, you can leave the situation, and you can still love them for being who they are at every moment. You don't ever have to bring any anger, frustration, or jealousy, or sadness, or anything like that into your relationship. You can just fill yourself with love. Love where you are. Love the relationship you have, because it is where you are right now. It is teaching you what you want next. It is your contrast. Whether you have it with this person or with another has nothing to do with you in this moment. You are in this relationship. Now start focusing on what you want. Start telling the story that you want to live. Start loving that person for who they really are, and not for all the judgments that you've put on them or for what everybody else has put on them. And the more you hang around people who are single and who are not in a happy relationship, the more you will learn that that's where you'll be. Because they will definitely want you to be out of any relationship so you can be as lonely as them, because that's how they feel. Why would you put up with a miserable person, they'll say. Why would you stay in a relationship like that, they'd say. And you can just say that I'm aligning myself for my right one. And until that happens, I'm staying where I am, because I never know when or where it's happening. And if that person isn't meant for you, they will just go their own way. They will take their own path. And it'll be much easier for both of you than to go through a fight and anger and frustration and what everybody thinks a relationship should be at the end. So, how do you stay married, happily married for 51 years? And the answer is love. Love each other. Know that no matter what, that you love each other, because it's so important. Love that person for who they are and not who you wish they were. Love yourself first for who you are and for every moment that you are here, because you are so worth it. Make it an amazing day, everybody.